Yeah, let me see here. Hold on. Oh, there we go. My little stand was not very sturdy. Oh, today's energy is much, much lighter. Very, very grateful. Very grateful. I have a I have cats all around here, so I might be a little distracted with the cats. We have lots of cats. But I wanted to come on today and do my live outside and have a little baby that I'm watching at the moment. So probably maybe not a good idea to come out here and sit because I'm easily distracted. Bright shiny objects, they're not really bright shiny things, but squirrel is what we used to say when we would drive. I am. I woke up feeling much, much lighter today. Yesterday, I was fairly neutral, integrating the energies, and then today I'm just a much more even, feeling happy and grateful to be here and be alive on the planet, and just inspired. Sometimes I'm in the midst of it, and it feels endless and brutal and not very fun, and I'm like, what's the point of being here? And then it passes, like everything else. It's a moment in time and it passes. It doesn't last forever. I read somewhere, some emotions may last, a minute or two. They're not very long, but it's me. Hello, hi, Alita. It's me making the choice to move, to allow myself to feel what I feel, but not wallow in it. Because I can be really good at that too. So, yeah, I've been doing this now for several days, and I am starting to feel some inspiration to do some other things, which is very exciting because I haven't felt that for a while. And that will be probably next week sometime. I'll be announcing that. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. It's been up and down. I know y'all are feeling it. The energy's up and down, and just different things that we're experiencing. We'll go with Brock in the middle there. Hi. I can't read it all. Like, I can't put it all together, so I'll just say Brock. Taking on a 90-second rule of allowing things to rush over me, so not to react in those moments. I love that. 90-second rule is a good rule. It is a good rule. And it's important to allow ourselves to feel what we feel without giving it meaning. We're good. We're good. Landmark education. The only meaning that has any meaning is the meaning we give it. The only thing in life that has meaning is the meaning that I give it. So when I'm getting all wrapped up in myself or some emotion or somebody triggered me and I'm giving it all this meaning, none of it's true. Feelings are not facts. Right? Hi, Mal. Feelings are not fact. They're feelings. They pass. They move. It's energy. So remembering that. But often I'm off and running on the story. So once I'm in the story, I'm recreating the same old thing again. I've been reading Neville Goddard. It's a complete deluxe edition of his book. One of my friends sent to me, and the secret of everything is about the feeling. And he described the subconscious as the woman, the consciousness, this consciousness that I'm speaking from, as the male. The male gives instruction to the female subconscious, and she makes it so. Because the subconscious is running the show. Learn, feelings lie. Well, the emotion, the feeling that we feel like intuitively, those are accurate. The emotions are what tell us the lie, because it's usually triggered by some trauma. And we're reacting out of some story. Guilty of that. So I'm reading this and I'm like, okay, now I know this. I've been talking about it. I've been sharing it. I've been teaching it. Feelings. The universe reads feeling. Reads our feeling. So if my feeling's always the same story about poverty, scarcity, I'm not lovable, I'm not worthy, I continue to tell the subconscious based on this consciousness of the feeling. The emotion, sorry. Right? So I have this emotion. tells the subconscious, oh yeah, we're still not worthy of whatever. On repeat. So it's up to this consciousness to shift. It's all about the consciousness today. And I've been told over and over and over to keep slowing down, pause, slow down, pause. Like, I've slowed down, slow down some more. Like, oh my gosh, slow down more. Slow down to feel what I'm feeling without giving it meaning. Becoming more conscious, embodying whatever is so, and then allowing that energy to move. It's a practice. I've been practicing that. And it takes practice. And then it takes practice to not look at my life and go, this is what it looks like, so this must be the truth. Then I give it meaning. It's quite the paradox. I can just tell you. So the energies have been moving, pushing our deep layers and layers of stuff up to the surface for us to look at, for us to clear. I had an old memory pop in, and I was like, where the hell did that come from? I hadn't thought of it, and I don't even know the last time. I can't remember right now what it was either. But there was still a charge left. That was the point. Love. Nature is that, the mother. Nature is that, the mother of nature. Yes, right. The mother of nature. Yes. Yes. So it's everything that we do is we've been programmed, so we're reprogramming the program. We're unlearning what we've learned. I'm unlearning all the years, all the lifetimes to relearn something else. That actually works. That's actually effective. Take a look at your life. Is what you're doing and how you're living effective? However I've been up till now in my financial world has not been effective. It's lifetimes of poverty and scarcity. I can't change that just by talking about it. I have to change the consciousness that feeds the subconscious to shift the feeling. The universe reads my feeling. That's the key. That's the secret of all of our life. The universe reads our feeling. It's a vibration. It returns on the vibration. That's what we get back. So if I'm looking at my life and I have an empty bank account, because that's the energy that I'm putting out there. It doesn't make it the truth about me. It doesn't say anything about me. Right? But I give it all kinds of meaning. So when I change the meaning and I change my consciousness, it changes the vibration. Watched it in action. It's kind of crazy how it works. Abundance everywhere. You can apply that to anything. Just you can apply that to anything in your life. If it's not working or it's not effective, if your relationships aren't working, I'm the common denominator everywhere in my life. Everywhere. So it's up to me and my view of the world and shifting the consciousness. And that's the practice. Ongoing. Lifetime. We've spent a lifetime to get here with that program. And then when we start to change it, I complain, it's too hard, I don't want to do it, it takes too much work, too much effort. It's because I've already known what I've known up till this point. So now to do something different takes effort. Just like when you learn to drive a car or you start working out. You don't do 1 or 2 or 3 workouts and you have instant results. It takes time and effort and consistency. And that's what we're doing here. Time, effort, and consistency. And the energy's moving faster, so things are shifting a lot faster. The veil's thinner, so things are moving very quickly today. And it's lighter. It feels much lighter today than it did in the last few weeks. So I feel like I can breathe. A little relief. Any other questions? It's one baby. That's the one you're hearing, the one that's left. It took me a lifetime to get here. I told myself that yesterday. It's taking your whole life to get here. And we've made a lot had babies, and there were four, and then right away there were two, because I think two were born dead. They were gone. The mother took them. And then a few days ago, the other one died. So there's one left. And she's getting curious. She's a little over 3 weeks, so she's getting curious and wanting to roam, and she's out here on the porch. So yes, she's very cute. You know, we have lots of cats. This one somebody already has claimed her. Thank goodness. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I was pretty neutral about it. Yeah, I used to cry over every little animal that died, even the wild ones. I'd cry over them, and now I'm like, it's sad that there's a place of acceptance that it's part of our life, and they're simply shedding their earth suit and shifting. I was told the other day, my friend came over and she sees spirits and feels all kinds of things, and I was telling her about this plant that I brought for my dad's funeral. And she said, oh, he's in the tree. And I said, the plant or my dad? She said, your dad. He hangs out here in the tree, right outside the window. And I'm like, huh. I have felt him here a lot, but I didn't realize. She's like, yeah, but he won't help you unless you ask. Like any of our spirit helpers. So, yeah, it was comforting in a way. So just knowing that he's in the way of my relationship just changes. Just like the kitten was here to experience 3 weeks of life and then go. She just wasn't growing. The other one was twice her size. So it happened rather quickly, actually. And I just noticed her, and she was starting to shake, and then I left her alone for a while. I came back and she was gone. That quick. Could be the energy. Because some of the animals can't handle the energy. They're more sensitive, or they can be more sensitive than we are. So, yeah, I got an elusive blue jay the last couple of days. It won't let me take its picture. That keeps showing up in certain moments. So what's the message? I love blue jays. They're so chatty and they're so social. Very, very social. I worked at a wildlife center, and the blue jays and the crows, super social animals. Territorial, but social. Crows much more social together than the blue jays. But yeah, they're fabulous. Follow the path of least resistance. Yes, ma'am. The path of least resistance. And when it's easy, here's something I've been focusing on, is when it's easy is when I'm aligned. And ease equals divinity. Oh, resistance was the message. Follow the path of least resistance was the message. Got it. Aha. Yes, they do that. They're little scavengers. So that's something I've been focusing on. I am now, meaning I am now in the present moment, here, right now. And when I'm here now in the present moment, my life is fine. My life is great. There's no problem. When I start to go off in other directions is when I create a problem for myself. Here, in my head, So the other piece of that is ease equals divinity. Ease equals alignment. So when things feel easy, then I'm aligned. Path of least resistance. Doesn't mean there's not work for some things. Sometimes things take work. They take effort. Some things are really easy for me to do, but it takes time and effort to do that piece. And I go, ugh, I don't want to do this part. It's too much work. But it's easy. It just takes time. Ease is flow. Flow is divinity. I wanted a picture for others instead of enjoying him and staying in my lane, not trying to get a picture for those who need to get their own picture. I think I understand that. Wanted a picture for others instead of enjoying him. Thank you. Make pure. Thank you for that. Of the blue jay. Yes, absolutely. That is an art. All of this is an art. It takes practice to stay in our own lane, mind my own business, to stay focused on what feels easy, what feels good. Not from a place of trauma, right? Not from the place of trauma or trying to get something from life or the world, but just ease and grace. That's the divine. I should have sat still and watched him. Oh, instead of trying to get a picture of 4 friends to enjoy, I missed the moment with the blue jay. It's all perfect. You got the moment. You're telling me about it. It's all perfect. I was walking this morning, and I took a step and I looked down and there's this little butterfly about, I don't know, 1.5 inches or so. Sit there on the walkway. If I hadn't looked down, which I typically am looking down and not find snakes, there's this butterfly. Stopped. I was able to get my camera out and snap some photos. So when it's meant to be, it'll be. Just remember, it's all divine. Every single thing we do in life is divine. It's all divinity. It's all divine timing. We forget that. We get caught up in our head and the story and the bullshit, and it's just remembering that it's all divine and everything is for us to learn. To learn to be at ease or to get there at ease. It's all teaching us something. Everything's happening for us, not to us. I realized something. I was writing about it this morning about this whole thing of being the victim. I felt like a victim all of my life, and I can still see layers where it shows up that it's a deep unconscious layer of I'm still feeling like a victim of circumstance. It's quite a paradox. But there's these deep layers of I think I'm doing all the right things, but I'm not seeing the evidence. Therefore, I'm a victim of circumstance because I didn't do something right. You hear the story and all that? When it's simply that, if I remember, it's divine timing, and just stay the course, then it's really easy. And when I get into that story of I'm not seeing, because we're told to look for proof, we're told to look for the evidence, I can look back at the history of my life and see the evidence. But if I'm trying to look for the evidence of something that I'm working on today, and it's not there right now in my timeline, I'm like, oh, I must not be good enough. I didn't do it right. I just hear myself saying it. This seems so silly. But it's what happens. It's what I've done. And I realize I'm still that because I'm looking outside of myself for, we've talked about it. We've all heard it. It all comes from inside. It only comes from inside. Yes. I know. I know you do. That's why we mirror each other so well. It only comes from inside of me and my consciousness. Everything is perspective. So I'm seeing a problem, I'll make a problem. If I'm seeing a flow and a grace and an ease, it'll be easy. If I'm seeing that the universe is in my favor, then I'm going to be quiet and patient with it and not try to force it to go my way or to hurry it up to go my way. Yeah, like that. Should be on my timeline. Right? That's what my mind tells me. But the soul knows different. And if it comes too soon, then I'm not going to be ready for it. That's the other part. I want it now, but maybe on the soul level, I'm not quite ready. Ah, you're very welcome. All right, lovelies, I've been here longer than any of the other ones, so I am going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for being here. I'll ask you if you have a question before I go. Anybody have any questions about this? If you're liking it, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I do not announce it. I just come in when I'm inspired to come in. So it'll notify you when I come on. All right, lovelies. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And I will see you sometime here tomorrow. So have a fabulous afternoon.